Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee is one of the most memorable quotes by the late boxing legend, that is Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali has been, for the longest time, even before he died, was the face of boxing in the world. It was hard to talk about boxing without mentioning Muhammad Ali. As I mentioned in the first part of the show, today was just talking about matters boxing. And talking about boxing, the biggest match that took place at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this past week was the fight between Ukrainian, that is Oleksandr Usyk, and the reigning champion, or former champion, so to speak, that is Anthony Joshua. On part, in terms of talking about Anthony Joshua, there are just some interesting things that I wanted to talk to you about in terms of money. Just how much money do the winners in boxing events take home? Spotlight today is going to be on Anthony Joshua, and the following is just how much is made in our segment of Money Ref. Now, in 2015, Anthony Joshua was fighting against Dillian Whyte, and he took home £3 million. In 2016, when he was fighting against Charles Martin, he took home £5 million. When he was fighting Dominic Brazil, who was knocked out by Deontay Wilder sometime in 2019 in 48 seconds, which was a record knockout in a boxing ring. He took home £4.5 million. In 2016, when he was fighting against Eric Molina, he took home a total of £5 million. And when he was fighting Vladimir Klitschko, he took home £15 million. 2017, that is in October, he took home £10 million, that is against Carlos Takam. And in 2018, against Joseph Parker, he took home £16 million. In September 2018, when he was fighting against Alexander Povitkin, he took home £20 million. And in June 2019, when he was fighting Anthony Ruiz Jr., who actually beat him, he took home £20 million. In the successive rematch that was included in one of the clauses in the contract, where Anthony Joshua was given an option of invoking a rematch, he invoked that rematch, where he ended up knocking out Andy Ruiz and took home £66 million. In December 2020, when he was fighting against Kubrat Pulev, he took home £10 million. According to data that was released after his fight with Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua is now estimated to be worth approximately over £100 million. There's a lot of money in boxing, and the question is just what is being done in Kenya to ensure that we get to a point where our boxers are able to get such amount of money, or continue to put Kenya on the continental and the international stage. Speaking of the continental and the international stage, not to cast aspersions on the performance of boxers in Kenya, we've produced legendary boxers. One of them is Robert Wangila and the popular Hit Squad in the early 1990s. We've also produced Rayton Okwiri, who has represented the country well, and one of the legendary female boxers that we've had is Conjestina Achieng. Well, since today we are talking about matters boxing, that is just some of the things that I wanted you to understand about boxing. We're doing well as a boxing country, as a boxing country, I beg your pardon, and there is still so much that we can do as a country to continue flying our flag high. The following is just some of the games that you need to be watching out for this coming weekend. That is going to be in the Italian Serie A, in the English Premier League, and the French Ligue 1. In the Italian Serie A, I beg your pardon, Salernitana is going to be squaring it out against Genoa, Torino versus Juventus, Sassuolo versus Inter Milan, and Roma versus Empoli. Atlanta is going to be squaring it out against Inter Milan this coming weekend. Atlanta are coming at the backdrop of a good run in the Champions League. This past week, they managed to beat Young Boys, who gave Manchester United a tough game in the Champions League. In the English Premier League, Manchester United is going to be playing against Everton, Chelsea versus Southampton, Wolves versus Newcastle, Arsenal versus Brighton, Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa, and the big match this Sunday is going to be Liverpool versus Manchester City. In the French Ligue 1, Montpellier is going to be playing against Strasbourg, Nice versus Brest, and Rennes versus PSG, Nantes versus Troyes, and Saint Etienne versus Olympique Lyon. Well, that's all the time that we had on Metropole Sports Center this week. Do wish you a fantastic weekend. See you next week, same place, same time.